Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Georgiana with Expressions Craft Studio, and today we're going to be making these adorable little post-it note holder notebooks from Janie the Craft Princess. And I will link her video below. I encourage you to check it out because she has some really cute decorating ideas if you want to zazz them up a bit. So I find projects I like, I set them up in Design Space, and this is the one that I made. Now, I do not have any post-it notes right now to put in it, nor do I have the small pens, but in her video she shares a link to Hobby Lobby that sells the pens, and I think it was $1.29 for a 12-pack, which is really good. You can also get them on Amazon. There's probably plenty of other places if you search where you can get them. So you need the small pen to fit in here. There you go. And then you've got the cute little flap. So everything's just like she did it. Now I did use this paper pad, or cardstock pad, is from Cricut's series way back in the day. So you probably can't get this anymore. In fact, I'm sure you can't. And it's not a super heavyweight cardstock, but it's also not a lightweight cardstock. And it's double-sided. Here, let me show you. So this is side 1, and this is side 2. So I liked that I didn't have to layer stuff, but then I went ahead and layered it anyway because I wanted that extra stiffness. So it's a real easy project to put together, and her video shows you how to do that. I'm going to spare you my rambling through it, but you can see it's really cute and it's super easy. And if you're using 12 by 12, which is what I used, you can probably get at least 3 of these across. Let me see here. So it measures 3 1/4. So yeah, you could get 3. And let's go to, well, I've got this notepad here. So I'm going to pull a piece of paper out of here. Now, when I bought this, I just thought this was fabulous. It's called Neon Daydreams, but boy, it's just gotten brighter and brighter as it's sat on my shelf all these years. I don't know what I was thinking. There probably wasn't a lot to choose from at the time, so it was the pick of the litter. But I'm just going to flip through here, and we're going to, I guess we will put one together real quick. Let's see. So I'm not going to use the foil because foil tends to crack when you fold it. That is super bright, as they all are. Wow. Okay, I thought I saw one in here that I thought would kind of, oh, maybe this was it. So that's also really, really bright. Boy. That's a little more muted. Oh, well, maybe we'll go with that one. Let's see, I'll mark it. So the yellow checks isn't bad. What's on the front? Oh, no, here we go. Yeah, that won't work. The red? Oof. Yeah, let's see. No. Blue, no. The black and gray, that could work. Here's a blue with some really bold stuff. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking when I bought this. Okay, what's on the other side? Well, that's pretty bright, but this side's actually the tamest. I don't know about that one. Yeah, we can't use that. Yeah, again, the foil. I don't know. Alright, so let's go back to this one. Wow, that is so busy. So this is, I don't know, this is, again, it's not 100-pound card weight, but it's probably 80. It's definitely heavier than 65. So I think I want this to be the outside. Of course, I layered this one, so yeah, so I'll put this on top, and then this will be the panels, and this will be what's on the rest. Oh gosh, okay. Okay, so here's our file in Design Space. Now I've got it in here twice. The reason is this one on the right has the matting layers if you want those. and this one on the left doesn't. So whichever one you're not going to use, I would just select it and then hide it. And obviously you can hide the information here as well, because we're not going to print or do anything with that. So, oops. And so that leaves us with our file here. So I'm going to go ahead and set this through my cutter, through my machine, and then we'll be back and we'll just put one together real quick. Alright, I did want to show you this. Because I have those mats set to a different color, you have a couple options. Since I'm using double-sided paper, I'm just going to select all three of these and move them to the other color. So move object, and we're going to put them on this same mat. You can either do that before you get to this phase on the main canvas, or you can do it here. It'll work either way, whatever works best for you. So we're just going to slide these over a bit. And because this paper's directional, I am going to keep that in mind. Let me look at my first one. Yeah, so depending on your paper, you may be able to flip this piece here. I was able to do that on my first one, but I can't do it on this one, so it is gonna require a little bit more paper. Let's see here, what can I do? So that one goes here, so that's right. Okay, so maybe I'll just do it like this. Nestle that up in there as best I can without getting it too close. Alright, so this is how I'm going to cut it. So I'll cut it real quick and we'll be right back. Alright, we've cut everything out. And now we're going to remove them from our mat, which I did just re-glue this one, so it's still pretty tacky. There we go. And if you're new here and didn't hear me before in one of my previous videos, I use a Zig glue marker or glue pen to re-tack my mats, and I'll show you what I use. So it's this two-way glue marker by Zig. It's nice and big. It's got a really big tip on it, so it goes pretty quickly. And once you let it dry before you use it, it's temporary or repositionable. If you attach it while the glue's wet, it's permanent. So keep that in mind. But this way you get a little bit more mileage out of your mats. All right, so let me see here. I need something that will kind of separate my background from my project. I'm going to have to make some time to clean my room. My desk, it's an absolute mess. Okay, so we're going to take and we're going to fold this first piece in. And what I did was I used a medium weight cardstock setting, and then I added more pressure. So we're just going to fold all of our score lines. Actually, I'm going to start here. I like to use my fingernails to kind of make sure those score lines are creasing in the right spot. And then line up my bottom edge. And then use my burnishing tool. Okay, so here's the next one. Now, if you don't have double-sided cardstock, that's okay. I don't think it's going to matter, and if it does matter to you, you could always decorate the inside with either scrapbook papers or other cardstocks, or you could use printable graphics, whatever's whatever you're currently working with and inspired to do will work just fine. But you do want to make it a little bit sturdier weight, just because it's going to get a lot of use, especially if somebody dumps it in their purse, you know. So you do want to make sure it's going to hold up over time. And the flimsier cardstocks just won't do that. All right, so now we've got everything folded except for, nope, that's everything. So we want to push this cut slice out while pushing these in. And she does a really good job of explaining mountain and valley folds to you if that's something you're not familiar with, so that by the time you glue that back piece down, you've got your pen holder, just like that. So I'm going to go ahead and glue that down. Now she used tape and then a little bit of glue. I'm just going to use glue because my tape is on the other side of the desk and I just want to do it. So you put your glue on this small score on the right side of these middle scores, but you don't want to glue where your pen's going to go. You don't want that part to glue down. So then I just kind of push, and then we're going to burnish it a little bit. Make sure that glue gets a good firm hold. And I'm going to just do it this way too. All right, so then we can glue down our flap. This is going to be a pocket on the inside. So you just want to glue this edge over here and along the bottom. Now you can use tape if that's your preference, or both. I actually normally do like to use both, but again, I didn't think to grab my tape when I sat down, and it's all the way around the room. That probably doesn't make a lot of sense, but if you saw how I was sitting here, it would. I'm going to have to make a day, one day at least one day a month to clean out this off my work surface. Okay, so there's the foundation for your notepad. You've got your little pocket in here if you need to save some of your post-it notes. Now we can put our oh, I still didn't cut that right. Dang. Yeah, see, it needs to go like that. All right, well, I just won't put that piece in there. What I will do, we're not going to put a piece on the back because that's going to have your post-it note right there. So we're going to do the front and the very back. And again, it's optional. Put that there. And we'll put this here. Like so. Now, if you go to the end of her video, she will show you, I do not have any post-it notes to put in these, nor do I have any of the small pins. I think I mentioned that at the start of the video. But she shows you how to put your post-it notes in. And she uses tape and glue. And she explains that once you have used the last post-it note, that backing piece will be glued down. That's okay. You just take the next stack of post-it notes and glue them right on top the same way you did that one. And I think it's genius. It's a cute little thing for your desk. If you've got a purse where you've got a special pocket for this, maybe. I don't think I'd throw it in the bottom of my purse. But most purses have lots of pockets now. So if you've got a special pocket that it's not going to get totally trashed, it could go in your purse. Okay. There we go. It looks pretty straight to my crookedy vision. Let's give it a little twist. Okay. There we go. So this is what I mean about the directional stuff. If I were to put that in there the way it's cut now, because I didn't realize I needed to turn it, the flowers are gonna be going sideways. So I'm not gonna use it. I'm just going to leave it the way it is. Maybe I'll put something else in there. Again, your post-it notes will go back here. And you can finish putting something on the front. And I do think that this notepad, let me add the glue back on here, or my glue pen back in. I do believe this notepad had some sentiments in it, so let me grab that again. And let's do a quick flip. There we go. You are my fave. That's it. But the problem is, you know what? They're all too big for this. You'd have to cut them way down, which you could do. Just be you. That's kind of cute. Good as gold. Thanks, thanks, thanks. I'm not sure I would use any of these. Pretty as a picture. You'd have to cut that way down. And since our finished project kind of measures 3 by 3 to fit the post-it notes, these are more rectangular, so this might not be the way to go. But maybe there was another set in here. I cannot remember. Yes, but those are also really big. I think those are even bigger than the other ones. Okay, so we won't be using any of those, but what you could do is you could decorate these. Where did I put it? I've lost it. How did I do that? It ended up in the notepad itself. Okay. Anyway, here you go. So these are really cute. I would continue to decorate this with something on the front. Maybe a cute bee or a butterfly on this one. This one, I'm not sure. I would probably maybe put a nice sentiment or something there, or words of encouragement kind of thing. I don't know. Have to look at Creative Fabric and see if they have any pretty scarabs that would go with this. But yeah, that's how you do it. And you guys know, you can get colored post-it notes too, and they may not be the post-it note brand. I'm not sure about that, but they would be 3 by 3, so you can kind of coordinate your covers with your color of your post-it notes. But anyway, I'm going to wrap this one up, so I will share the file. The link will be on my Facebook page for Expressions Craft Studio, and I think that's it. I did make another one. I've not done decorating it yet, but it's the holidays are coming up, and so I'm kind of looking at ideas for craft fairs and stuff, because I'm doing a fundraiser for our local food bank, and I'm hoping to get into a small craft fair that doesn't cost an arm and a leg, because the things that I would be making and selling are not going to raise a lot of money. So if it costs me $100 to get in, it's probably not worth my while. I would just spend that $100 and give it to the food bank. But that's why I'm doing this, and this is kind of what I'm focusing on now, is things for the holidays. So I've been doing a gift tag series, and I've been uploading gift tags. I was trying to do some every day, but I've kind of fallen behind. But I do have some gift tags, some free ones on Ko-Fi, as well as some for sale for $1. And it's anywhere from 9 to 12 or more per page. And again, all the money I raise from that is going to go to our local food banks. I can't think of anything else. I'll go ahead and give you a little preview. This is just another little project. I thought these would be cute. It isn't decorated yet, but just for little candies, you know. I wouldn't even say stocking stuffers. You could hang this right on the tree if you wanted to. So that's the other file I'm going to share here within the next week or so. I did work on making these trees that kind of fan out. Not a huge fan. I designed some myself because the ones in Design Space weren't all symmetrical, or I just didn't like them. They didn't have enough, you know, outward flowing branches for me. But I'm not sure this is, you know, to get them small enough for the tags, I don't know. I don't know if I like it. I've seen people do them. I think Jennifer McGuire just did some, as a matter of fact, but I've seen others do them as well. And while I like the finished look, I'm not sure how practical they are, but they are cute. This was my prototype, and then I went and used some paper that I didn't know what else I'd use it for. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. You don't care. I've been told I talk too much. I'm sorry, guys. I do talk too much. I know that about myself. Thank you for mentioning it, though. I will try to be cognizant of that and keep it to a minimum. So this is the file I'm sharing today, the Post-it note holder. Again, you can get the cute little pins at Hobby Lobby. If you check out her link, which is below, she has a link to those pins. If you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. I just realized there were a bunch of comments I had not seen before. I have too many email accounts for various reasons, and so I've been really bad about checking them. I'm going to do better about that. I'm going to make myself a reminder that at least once a week I'm going to check those. So if you feel like I didn't see you or forgot about you, I apologize. It's just I didn't know they were out there. And yeah, till next time, let me know what you guys think. Let me zoom in. Let's get a good shot of these Post-it note holders. There we go. So you can decorate these with Christmas stuff. I mean, I've got some images over here. They're too small for these, I think. And they're Christmassy, so they don't really go. But you could do your print and cuts to put something